Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins game review. If you're new here, the Minnesota Twins won, and that's not new news. I mean, this team is absolutely incredible. They won 4-3 yesterday. They beat the Royals. They are 101-60, going for their franchise record today, because today is the last game of the regular season. Where has this season gone? Like, I'm sad that regular season baseball is almost over, but you know what that means? That means October baseball is coming this week. I get chills thinking about that. The Twins going for their franchise record of 102 today against the Royals. We know the Royals play the Twins tough, right? They lost, of course, but they played us good. I mean, we were tied at one point going into the late innings. A little scary maybe. I don't know. We're going to talk about that, but Nelson Cruz coming up clutch again. When does he not come up clutch? I mean, right? When does he not come up clutch? So let's talk about this. We're going to start with the pitching today because there is something really big about this game that maybe you guys want to know about. It involves Duffy, one of our best. So I'm gonna go through the pitching and we'll talk about it. So this was a bullpen game, 100% a bullpen game. I really like this strategy. Now, we can't use this every game in the playoffs, but I really like this strategy. Maybe if we need to go to a fourth game and we don't have anybody like Barrios, I'm guessing is going to start game one of the postseason. Then we've got Odorizzi. Then we've probably got Dobnik. And it depends how many pitchers we want to use in that game. I know we're probably going to go Dobnik, then Smeltzer or Thorpe following him if he makes the roster. It was basically a big audition day, right? Who's going to pitch where in the playoffs? I like that. I think that was a great idea. But there's a big but to this. But where do you go from here? Because, I mean, this gives you a set, right, of like, okay, Gibson pitched, not really great. Then Littell pitched great. So do you put Littell in above Gibson? It was really kind of where do you put guys, right? And looking forward, the only problem I have then is what do we do for game 4? If we want to go with that fourth starter, we've put Stashek out there. We've put Gibson out there in the reliever position. We started Perez a couple of times. We've gone with him in the bullpen a couple of times. I would love to see a bullpen kind of game like this. I mean, maybe not to this extent, but like this for game 4, it just depends on the pitching used in game 3, game 2, and game 1. Hopefully we won't even have a game 4. Good thing, though. Not a bad thing, because we're going to win a game this year. We play the Yankees. I'm going to do a whole series preview on that, but haven't won a playoff game since 2004. That's 15 years, ladies and gentlemen. That is not great. Not great. And we're 0-10 against the Yankees in that stretch. So that's not great either, but we're going to talk about that in a different video. So this game, we're going to start with the pitching here. Stashek, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. Not bad. He did give it up to Jorge Soler, which kind of makes me, I'm really salty about this, not going to lie. That was his 46th home run of the season. I really wanted Mike Trout to have the lead in home runs, or at least tied with it, because I like Mike Trout, and it sucks that he had the injury that keeps him out, which means he won't hit a lot more home runs. I still think he's going to break the all-time record, but that's just me. And, of course, having an AL home run lead is also very important. And we were the only team that had to go through Soler. And we've had such good pitching. And then we give him a home run. So, I mean, he literally had all 3 of their RBIs today, too. He went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs. Soler literally is their team right now. That's pretty much it. And Merrifield. That's basically it. Dozier, Gordon are like, eh. But, basically, Soler, we gave up a home run to him, so he has 46. Mike Trout has 45. That's where he'll finish the season. That kind of stinks, but it doesn't matter because we came back, right? We came back, we answered. How many times have we done that this year? We answered, and it was 1-1, but we'll cover that in a second. Gibson comes in, doesn't give up a run, right? He throws 3 outs, gives up 3 base runners, but strikes out 2. And if you look at the plays in that second inning, I mean, it was... third inning, third inning, strikeout, right? That's good to get that first out, but then single, a walk, force out, that's good, a walk, not great. I mean, at least you're getting outs in there, and it's not, that 3 consecutive hit mark that I've been talking so much about, but you just got to look at that and be like, come on, Gibson, you're better than that. You know you're better than that. We need you to be better than that. But he didn't give up a run, so that's good. And I'm good with that in the playoffs. If he sucks in the playoffs but doesn't give up a run, that's good. Littell did great, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Thorpe, 1 strikeout in his 1 inning of work. May, 1 inning of work. All these guys got 1 inning. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Pretty good if you ask me, but then you get to Duffy. Now, Duffy got the win in this game, which tells you what the win means, but he gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 home run. Now, I get that this is going to happen, right? I know that this is going to happen. You know, Duffy is one of our best. He's been the best for the last 2 months. You got to expect this is going to happen. Now, here's the biggest thing. We still got a game left in the regular season. He can blow up 105 runs today if he wants, as long as he doesn't do it in the postseason, right? I'm glad he got this game out of the way and maybe got back down to earth a little bit and said, hey, you know, maybe my fastball isn't as great as it was. Okay, what can I do to fix it before the Yankees? So, you know, like there's things that he can look at from this game and be like, okay, this worked, this didn't. This happened, this didn't. There are things to look at that are going to affect how he pitches against the Yankees, or at least I hope so, because, you know, it is 1 in a million, really, this year that he gives up 2 runs, a home run, etc., right? But it happened. So now you got to learn from it. You got to look at it and be like, okay, where can I fix something? Because, you know, like I said, I'm not going to trash Duffy. Oh, we gave up 2 runs, we're screwed for the playoffs. I think a lot of people do that. They jump to conclusions like that and be like, okay, he sucks. He's terrible. He's not going to do good for us. We're screwed. Like, no, come on, guys. May has done really well. He gave 2 home runs that one time, fell apart, came back. Look at this. He gave 1 hit, 2 strikeouts today. He's fine. Romo, he's given up some runs earlier this year. 1 strikeout in his 1 inning of work. Taylor Rogers has blown games. We know this. But he got his 30th save with 1 inning work, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Looked good. I mean, you got to look at things in perspective. 1 game is not going to make or break our season. There you go. Duffy, he did give up his 2 runs, his home run. Okay, let's fix it. Let's work on it for next time. I think he'll be fine. But he got the win in the game, I guess, if you look at it like that. But it was a very interesting day for the pitching. Let's go to hitting. So in the 2nd inning, of course, we came back, and Mitch Garver doubled, right? And then Astudillo doubled. So I like that. Get these guys, you know, a little bit more action before the end of the season. I don't know what we do today. Luis Arraez got hurt. I didn't want to mention that, but I guess I should. Luis Arraez got hurt. He was carted off the field. They said on Twitter that it was just an ankle sprain, I believe. So it looks like he will be okay, but that means he could be out for a while. That sucks. That really sucks. I won't mention it too much. I want to wait for more information to come out before I really deep dive into it. And I'll probably do a whole video this week on what this means to him. But, like, he was carted off the field. I thought his season was over. It looks like he's going to try to come back. They're uncertain about next Friday, but I hope he can come back. We need him on the field. Otherwise, Jonathon Schoop is going to have to step up, which we know he can, but he's got to step up. So we tied the game right back up here. With a couple of doubles in the 5th inning. We came back, took the lead. Ian Miller doubled, and then Polanco had the sac fly. We were leading 2-1. In the 6th inning, we added another run. Mitch Garver doubled again, and Astudillo drove in another run. He looks good. I mean, he's probably going to make the roster, and I hope that he can do this. He just can't get over anxious. He swings to the first pitch a lot. He got this single on the first pitch. But what do you do when you're facing good pitching? You got to be patient. You got to get your swing in. You gotta be okay, right? You gotta come down to earth, be okay with just a single, taking a walk. You gotta go with the flow here. You can't just go up there looking to swing first pitch every time. So that's just obviously what Astudillo needs to work on. But if he can do this, I think we'll be okay, and hopefully he can be a big part of our playoff series, especially if Luis Arraez is hurt, because he can play multiple positions too. So if Astudillo needs to do that, that'd be great. But then in the 7th inning, that's where we gave up the 2 runs. Whit Merrifield singled and Jorge Soler homered. So it was a tie game. In the 8th inning, Nelson Cruz comes up. Dinger alert, 41 on the season. Hits a home run to left center field. It carried. It got out of here. It gave us the lead. It gave us the win, 4-3. That was exciting. Full count, actually, too. So there you go. I mean, that's just what we need to beat a team like Kansas City, right? Because they're not that great. But also that we are just still hitting home runs. We're getting a lot of doubles, right? We had a double from Cruz today, a double from Miller, double from Osadio, 2 doubles from Garver. That's 5 doubles. I'd take that over 4 home runs any day, especially if they're consecutive, right? It's just like boom, boom, boom. Trade places with each other, score runs. So I really like what this team did yesterday. It was a hard-fought game. We all did well. Everybody pretty much did what they needed to do, and it was spread out. I mean, it wasn't the greatest lineup ever. We're still trying to work in some of those guys, especially with Arraez out now. We're trying to work in some of those guys that won't be on the playoff roster to give our guys some rest. So it'll be interesting to see how they play it today. But it's exciting baseball time. I just hope Luis Arraez is okay. Exciting baseball time. Only 1 game left. So we'll see you after the game. I'm broadcasting today, so I won't get to see the game. That's why I'm dressed up. I got to go broadcast now. So that'll be fun. But I will be back for the game review today. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.